Modern conspiracy movements like QAnon weren't born in a vacuum. Their architecture was engineered by stitching together the mechanics of pre-existing internet subcultures. To understand the blueprint, we look back to the early 2010s and the rise of alternate reality games. Communities like Cicada 3301 attracted thousands of participants to solve vast collaborative puzzles. These participants spent years mastering cryptography and steganography, building a community around the specific high of uncovering hidden, seemingly exclusive knowledge. This environment proved that when an audience is forced to work tirelessly for a solution, they develop a fierce psychological commitment to the answer they eventually find. When the first Q-themed sub-areas began appearing on these puzzle servers, they inherited that same solving infrastructure, turning a tool for intellectual discovery into a machine for political radicalization. The system requires an anonymous, unfalsifiable authority. In July 2016, a persona calling themselves FBIAnon appeared on 4chan, claiming to have intimate knowledge of government investigations. This figure provided no verifiable evidence. Instead, they dropped ambiguous fragments, allowing the audience to use their own biases to bridge the gaps in the narrative. By specifically targeting high-profile political figures, these posts provided a narrative hook that immediately captured the attention of highly partisan communities. The persona then began co-opting real-world events, like the murder of DNC staffer Seth Rich, retroactively weaving them into the conspiracy to provide a false sense of real-time validation. This methodology transformed a passive audience into active participants, spending their nights decoding digital breadcrumbs in an attempt to reveal a deeper, hidden truth. These communities directly imported puzzle-solving tactics, from cryptic drops to phrases like "follow the white rabbit," and applied them to partisan disinformation. This is reality hacking, the process of deliberately turning physical world news into a deeply immersive live-action role-playing game. By gamifying the consumption of news, these operators convinced their followers that they were participants in a digital war rather than consumers of a screen-based narrative. Anonymous text on a fringe message board has limited reach. To achieve mass influence, the playbook requires a network of named amplifiers to mainstream the content. A network of influencers, including figures like Manuel Chavez III, Jason Goodman, and George Webb, stepped in to provide the necessary volume. They pulled cryptic posts from message boards, stripped their original context, and broadcast them as urgent breaking news. This amplification was a commercial model. Creators used Subscribestar, Venmo, and PayPal to directly profit from the outrage they manufactured. This structure successfully monetized mass delusion, allowing influencers to generate significant revenue while hiding behind the legal protections of independent journalism. When digital games are designed this way, they inevitably bleed into the physical world, causing severe harm to people never part of the game. We saw this in the relentless smearing of the Rich family, whose private grief was weaponized for years by conspiracy theorists searching for hidden leads. We saw it in the espionage accusations against the Awan brothers, claims that federal investigators explicitly found no evidence for, but which successfully derailed their lives. And we saw it in the harassment of researchers like Professor Laura Dilley, who faced litigation and public attacks for simply documenting the way these networks operate. These examples demonstrate the tangible human cost of allowing unmoderated reality hacks to target innocent individuals. The architecture of the hack includes a plan for when the claims are inevitably debunked by official police or prosecutorial records. The anonymous personas simply vanish, while the named amplifiers claim they were merely asking questions to avoid legal consequences for defamation. Because of these legal and anonymity loopholes, the infrastructure of the conspiracy machine remains intact, ready to latch on to the next tragedy or social issue. Ending these digital conspiracies isn't about fact-checking every individual claim. It's about building frameworks that finally hold the architects of the game accountable.